All right, let's dive deep today, all about how to land that back office specialist job.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've got a lot of good resources
Yeah,
to help you nail that interview.
that's right. Sample questions, career insights,
We even have some AI magic from RoleCatcher.
AI magic.
That's right.
I like it.
These roles are really the backbone of any financial company.
Yeah.
They handle everything from processing transactions
Hmm.
to managing data,
Right.
keeping those gears turning behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
they're essential.
The definition we have in our material really nails it.
Okay.
Operations of an administrative and organizational nature in a financial company in support of the front office.
Okay, so really, organization and attention to detail are key here.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's jump right into some of these interview questions. First up, what inspired you to become a back office specialist?
Okay.
Seems simple enough, but I bet there's a lot they're trying to uncover with a question like that.
Absolutely. It's about more than just saying, like, you like paperwork.
Right.
They're digging into your motivation, your understanding of the role, and how your skills connect to the bigger picture.
So how do we make our answers stand out for a question like that?
Think about what excites you about finance.
Okay.
Maybe it's the fast-paced environment,
Yeah.
the importance of accuracy, or the satisfaction of keeping things running smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
Connect those passions to your skills, like organization and attention to detail.
Okay, so instead of just saying, I like numbers, maybe something like, I'm drawn to the precision and impact of financial operations. I'm a naturally organized person, and I thrive in environments where accuracy is paramount.
That's it.
Okay.
You've shown them you understand the role's importance and how your personality fits.
Yeah.
Now, they might follow up with something like, what area of finance interests you most?
Ooh, okay.
Be ready with the specific area that you've researched, showing you've done your homework.
That's a great tip. Okay, next question. How do you prioritize your tasks when you have multiple deadlines? We've all been there.
The key here is showcasing your system.
Right.
Don't just say you make a to-do list.
Right.
Talk about techniques like the Eisenhower matrix, where you categorize tasks by urgency and importance.
Right.
Or mention the Pareto principle, focusing on the 20% of tasks that yield 80% of results.
So a strong answer might be, I use the Eisenhower matrix to prioritize tasks, focusing on those that are both urgent and important. This ensures critical deadlines are met while also managing long-term goals.
Exactly.
Okay.
You've demonstrated a structured approach to time management, which is vital in a busy back office environment.
Absolutely.
And here's where RoleCatcher's AI can give you an edge.
Oh, okay.
It can analyze the job description and suggest which prioritization techniques are most relevant to the specific role.
That's amazing. So it's like having this personalized coach tailoring your answers.
That's right.
Okay, moving on. A question about accuracy. How do you ensure accuracy when processing data and information? This one feels like a classic.
It is a classic, but
Yeah.
don't just say you're detail-oriented.
Right.
Show them you have a process.
Okay.
Talk about double-checking your work, using data validation tools and spreadsheets, and cross-referencing information.
So something like, I utilize data validation in Excel to ensure data integrity and always double-check calculations. I also have a habit of proofreading all documents before submitting them.
Perfect. You've given specific examples of your accuracy-focused habits.
Okay.
Now, they might follow up with, can you describe a time you caught an error that could have had significant consequences?
Ooh, a chance to tell a story.
Exactly. Have a concise, compelling anecdote ready.
Okay.
Maybe you spotted a discrepancy in a contract?
Yeah.
Or caught a data entry error that would have led to an incorrect payment.
Okay.
Focus on the process you used to catch the error and the positive outcome you achieved.
Turn those experiences into interview gold.
Ye-
RoleCatcher can help here too, right?
Yes, its AI can analyze your story and suggest improvements,
Wow.
making sure it highlights the skills most relevant to the job.
That's incredible.
Okay, let's talk about confidentiality.
Oh,
In finance, this is huge.
huge.
So how do you ensure confidentiality and security when handling sensitive information?
This feels like a question where they're really assessing your judgment as much as your knowledge.
Absolutely. They want to see that you understand the gravity of handling sensitive financial data.
Hmm.
Mention your adherence to data protection protocols, company policies, and your commitment to ethical conduct.
So something like, I'm meticulous about following data protection protocols and company policies. I always use secure networks, password protect sensitive files, and never discuss confidential matters outside authorized channels.
Excellent. Now, here's a potential follow-up that can be tricky.
Okay.
What would you do if a colleague asked you to share confidential information they weren't authorized to access?
Oh, this tests your integrity for sure.
It does. You need to be firm but diplomatic.
Right.
Explain that you're obligated to protect confidential information
Yeah.
and can only share it with authorized personnel.
Yeah.
If they persist, you'd report the incident to your manager.
It shows you're not afraid to uphold ethical standards,
Yeah.
even when it's uncomfortable. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit to technical skills.
Okay.
Our career guide emphasizes the importance of database management for back office specialists.
It's crucial.
So how do you answer the question, what experience do you have with database management and reporting?
Right.
I mean, if you have experience, this is your chance to shine, right?
Exactly.
Be specific.
Be specific.
Mention the software you've used, like SQL or Microsoft Access,
Okay.
the types of reports you've generated, any relevant certifications.
Right.
But what if you're still building those skills?
Don't panic.
Okay.
You can highlight your eagerness to learn and any transferable skills.
Okay.
The data analysis in Excel, maybe something like, while my database management experience is limited, I'm a fast learner with a strong foundation in data analysis. I'm eager to expand my skills in SQL and confident I can become efficient quickly.
That's a great approach. It shows you're proactive and willing to invest in your development. Speaking of development, our career guide mentions the increasing digitalization of finance. Things like fintech, short for financial technology and automation, are becoming increasingly important.
Right.
So back office specialists need to keep up with these tech trends.
Yeah.
But how do we showcase that in an interview?
The question might be, how do you stay up to date with industry trends and changes?
Okay.
Go beyond just listing publications. Talk about how you apply that knowledge.
Okay.
Maybe you took an online course on blockchain or attended a webinar on process automation.
So instead of just saying, I read the Financial Times, it's more like, I recently completed a course on robotic process automation to stay ahead of industry trends and see how those advancements can benefit my work.
Perfect. You've shown them you're actively engaged in professional development.
Yes.
And guess what?
Right.
RoleCatcher can suggest relevant courses and resources based on the specific job description.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground,
We have.
but there's still more to come in our next deep dive.
Absolutely.
We'll tackle more of these challenging questions.
Yes.
And explore how those career insights can help you craft those winning answers.
That's right. Welcome back, deep divers. Let's continue our journey to ace that back office specialist interview. Last time we focused on motivation, accuracy, and technical skills. Now we're diving into teamwork and leadership,
Okay.
qualities that are highly valued in these roles.
I'm intrigued. I wouldn't automatically associate back office work with leadership,
Right.
but teamwork, yeah, that makes total sense.
You're right. Not every role involves managing people directly,
Yeah.
but collaboration,
Mm-hmm.
delegation, and contributing to a positive team environment.
Mm-hmm.
These are essential for any back office specialist.
So how do interviewers assess these qualities? What kind of questions should we be ready for?
One common question is, how do you prioritize and delegate tasks to your team?
Okay.
They want to see if you have a system for managing workload, not just for yourself, but for a whole team.
Right.
They're looking for insights into your delegation style,
Yeah.
how you assess strengths, and how you communicate clear expectations.
So it's not about just bossing people around.
Definitely not. Effective delegation is about empowering your team,
Yeah.
understanding their capabilities,
Mm-hmm.
assigning tasks strategically, and providing support.
Yeah.
It's about fostering growth, not micromanaging.
Okay, how do we frame an answer that shows those leadership qualities?
Think about how you prioritize,
Go ahead.
maybe using the Eisenhower matrix.
Uh-huh.
Then focus on how you delegate effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Do you consider skills matching,
Yeah.
workload balance, or opportunities for team members to stretch and grow?
So instead of saying, I just tell them what to do, it's more like I'd assess each team member's strengths and assign tasks accordingly, providing clear instructions and support. I'd also look for opportunities for them to learn new skills and take on challenges.
Exactly.
Okay.
You've shown a thoughtful approach to delegation that focuses on both efficiency and team development.
Yeah.
Now, they might follow up with, what do you do if a team member is struggling with a delegated task?
This one feels like it's testing your ability to support and mentor,
Yeah.
rather than just criticize.
Absolutely.
Right.
Emphasize open communication and your willingness to guide. You wouldn't just say, they need to figure it out.
Right.
Instead, you would talk about checking in with them, understanding the challenges, offering support, adjusting deadlines if needed, and maybe even reassigning parts of the task to someone else.
Yeah, it shows you're invested in your team's success, not just checking boxes.
Exactly.
Okay, what about motivating a team? Especially when back office work can involve a lot of routine tasks.
It's true. Some tasks can feel repetitive, but interviewers want to know how you keep your team engaged. The question might be, how do you ensure that your team is motivated and engaged in their work?
I bet they're looking for more than just saying pizza parties.
Definitely. Go beyond superficial pokes.
Okay.
Talk about fostering a culture of recognition and appreciation.
Right.
Do you celebrate successes, provide feedback for growth, involve team members in decision-making, and create a supportive environment where people feel valued?
So a strong answer might be, I believe in celebrating both big and small wins, providing regular feedback, and encouraging open communication. I involve my team in decisions whenever possible to foster a sense of ownership. I want them to feel valued and know their contributions are appreciated.
That's excellent. You've touched on intrinsic motivators,
Yeah.
recognition, growth, involvement, that really drive engagement. Now, RoleCatcher's AI can help you tailor this answer even further.
Right.
It can analyze company reviews and highlight aspects of their culture,
Oh, wow.
allowing you to connect your motivation strategies to their specific values.
Wow, that's next level preparation.
It is.
Okay, let's move on to problem solving and decision making.
Okay.
Those are crucial in any role, but especially in a fast-paced back office environment.
Absolutely. A common question is, how do you approach problem solving and decision making in your role?
Okay.
They want to see that you have a structured approach, can analyze information, and are comfortable making decisions, even under pressure.
So how do we showcase those skills effectively? Should we just say, I'm really good at solving problems?
Not quite. Use a real-world example. Describe a specific challenge you faced, the steps you took to analyze the situation,
Okay.
the options you considered, and the decision you made. Highlight the positive outcome and any lessons learned.
Okay, let's say I had to deal with a major data entry error.
Okay.
A good answer might be, I first assessed the scope of the error and identified the affected records. I worked with IT to isolate the corrupted data, developed a plan to correct the information, communicated with stakeholders, and ultimately we resolved the issue quickly and minimized the impact.
That's a great example. You walk them through your process, showing your ability to analyze, plan, collaborate, and communicate effectively.
Great.
Now, they might follow up with, what's the most difficult decision you've had to make in a professional setting, and how did you approach it?
Ooh, this one feels a bit more intense.
It is. The key here is to choose a situation that demonstrates your ability to weigh options, consider different perspectives, and make a judgment call even when there's no easy answer. And be honest, it's okay to talk about a time you made a difficult decision that didn't have a perfect outcome, as long as you highlight what you learned from the experience.
Okay, let's imagine I had to choose between two software systems, each with its own pros and cons.
Okay.
My answer might be, I gathered input from stakeholders, researched each option, conducted a risk assessment, and ultimately recommended the system that best met our needs, even though it had some drawbacks.
Right.
We addressed those drawbacks through careful implementation, and ultimately the system was a success.
That's a fantastic example. You showed that you can analyze complex situations, consider different viewpoints, and make a well-informed decision. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can analyze your example and suggest ways to highlight the specific decision-making skills that are most relevant to the job description.
RoleCatcher is like having a secret weapon in my interview arsenal. Okay, we've tackled some tough questions about leadership, teamwork, and decision-making. What's coming up next?
We still need to discuss industry knowledge and career goals, those final pieces that can really solidify your impression. We'll also share some final tips on how RoleCatcher can help you stand out from the competition and land that dream job. Stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive.
Welcome back to the final part of our back office specialist interview prep.
Right, we've covered a ton of ground.
Yeah, from motivation and teamwork skills to tackling those tricky problem-solving scenarios.
Absolutely.
What's left to explore in this last stretch?
We're going to shift gears and focus on two key areas.
Okay.
Industry knowledge and career aspirations.
All right.
These are often the topics that come up towards the end of an interview, and they can really make a lasting impression.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's start with industry knowledge.
Okay.
We've touched on the importance of staying current with trends, but how do we really showcase that in an interview? What kind of questions should we be prepared for?
Right. Yeah.
The interviewer might ask a general question like, how do you stay up to date with industry trends and changes?
Mm-hmm.
But they could also get more specific, asking about your knowledge of regulations, new technologies, or even the company's position within the market.
So it's not enough to just say, I read the news.
No.
We need to be more specific, demonstrate how we're actively using that knowledge.
Exactly.
Yep.
Think about the resources you rely on.
Okay.
Industry publications, podcasts, online courses, professional organizations.
Right.
And be prepared to share specific examples.
Okay.
Have you recently read an article about a new financial regulation?
Yeah.
Did you attend a webinar on blockchain technology?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been following a particular company's performance?
So instead of saying, I try to stay informed, it's more like, I recently read an article in the Financial Times about the impact of open banking on data security, and I've been thinking about how those changes might affect back office operations.
That's a great example. You've shown that you're not just passively consuming information,
Right.
but actively engaging with it and thinking about its implications.
Yeah.
Now, let's say the interviewer asks a more challenging question.
Okay.
Like, what are some of the biggest challenges facing the financial industry today, and how do you see those challenges impacting the role of a back office specialist?
Okay. This one requires us to think big picture about the industry as a whole.
It does, but it's also a fantastic opportunity to showcase your insights and connect them to the specific role you're applying for.
Okay.
Think about the trends we've discussed. Increasing regulations, cybersecurity threats,
Yeah.
the rise of fintech, and the growing need for automation and data analytics.
Right.
How might these trends affect the daily work of a back office specialist?
So a strong answer might be something like, I think one of the biggest challenges is the need to balance security and innovation, especially with the rise of fintech and digital currencies. Back office specialists will need to be vigilant about protecting sensitive data while also adapting to new technologies and processes.
That's excellent. You've demonstrated an understanding of industry challenges and how they relate to the specific role. And remember, RoleCatcher can be a valuable resource here.
Oh, yeah, right.
Its AI can analyze industry news and company reports to provide you with the latest insights and talking points, ensuring you're well prepared for these big picture questions.
It's like having a personalized research assistant. Okay, let's move on to the final area.
Yeah.
Career aspirations.
Okay.
Why do interviewers focus on this towards the end of an interview?
They want to understand your long-term goals and assess your fit within the company.
Right.
They want to see if you're just looking for any job
Right.
or if you're genuinely interested in building a career with them.
That's a classic. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Question.
Exactly. Or they might ask, what are your long-term career goals?
Yeah.
Or how do you see this role contributing to your professional development?
Okay, so how do we answer these questions effectively? Do we need to have a detailed 5-year plan mapped out?
You don't need to be overly specific,
Okay.
but you should be able to articulate a general direction and show how this role aligns with your broader aspirations. Focus on growth, learning, and your desire to contribute to the company's success.
Okay, so instead of saying, I don't know, maybe I'll be a manager, it's more like, I'm passionate about financial operations, and I'm eager to develop my skills in data analysis and process improvement. I see this role as a stepping stone toward a career in financial analysis where I can use my expertise to make a real impact on the company's performance.
That's perfect.
Okay.
You've shown ambition, a clear career path, and how this specific role fits into that journey.
Yeah.
You've also subtly highlighted your willingness to learn and contribute, which are always music to an interviewer's ears.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground today, from showcasing our motivation and skills to demonstrating industry knowledge and articulating our career aspirations. Before we wrap up, any final words of wisdom for our listeners as they embark on their back office specialist job search?
My advice is this. Be prepared, be passionate, and be yourself. Thorough preparation will give you the confidence to shine in the interview. Genuine passion for the industry will make you stand out from the competition. And being authentic will help you connect with the interviewer and show them who you really are.
And don't forget about RoleCatcher. Their AI-powered tools can be a game changer throughout the entire job search process, from crafting a standout CV, to practicing your interview answers, to finding the perfect opportunities.
Absolutely. RoleCatcher can help you put your best foot forward and increase your chances of landing that dream back office specialist role.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive.
It does.
We hope you found it insightful and empowering.
I hope so.
Remember, the job search can be challenging, but with the right preparation and resources, you can achieve your goals.
Good luck with your job search, deep divers. We're rooting for you.
That's right.